خیلی خوش آمدید دوستان. همینجور که میبینید دوستان از برنامه فیلم برداری میشه. اگه دوستانی ملاحظه‌ای دارن لطفاً به فیلم برداران بفرمایند که فیلم برداری ازشون نشه. برنامه ما اختصاص داره به مدافعان حقوق بشر ایرانی در جمهوری اسلامی ایران و مسائل و مشکلاتی که تحمل میکنند و در ارتباط با اون سودویند جایزه رها رو اختصاص داده و معرفی کرده. در 3 سالی که پروژه همه حقوق بشر برای همه در ایران جریان خواهد داشت، به 18 نفر جایزه رها 18 جایزه اختصاص خواهد داده شد. میتواند بیش از 18 نفر از این جایزه به شکلی برخوردار بشن، همونطور که امروز در جلسه خواهیم دید. قرار ما بر این بود که هر سال 6 جایزه رو اختصاص بدیم. سال گذشته در جریان اختصاص جایزه یکی از کسانی که کاندیدای جایزه بود متاسفانه فوت کردند و عملاً سال گذشته به 7 نفر جایزه داده شد. نه 6 نفر نه 7 نفر، یعنی واقع اضافه داده شد. بنابراین قرار بود که امسال 5 جایزه و سال آینده 6 جایزه ارائه بشه. نهایتاً با مشکلاتی که پیش آمد ما امسال قادر شدیم که به 4 نفر از 4 جایزه رو اهدا بکنیم. هیئت ژوری این جایزه شامل آقای آرون رودس عزیز میشه و خانم شیرین عبادی و از آقای آرون رودس تقاضا میکنم که صحبت بکنن در مورد اینکه نحوه معیارهاشون برای اینکه عزیزانی که امروز این جایزه رو بردن به چه صورت هست برای جمع بفرمایند. بعداً پیام ویدئویی خانم شیرین عبادی رو خواهیم شنید. بفرمایید آقای رودس.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to welcome all of you to this event. I've been involved in my career with a number of different organizations, human rights groups. In about 2006, a Dutch member of parliament and myself decided that we wanted to start a group that would focus on the situation of human rights in Iran, and eventually we did start the International Campaign for Human Rights in Iran, and my friend Hadi Gami is the director, and that's one of the things that I'm most proud of in my career, is launching this organization, and I'm also very happy to work with Südwind, and I think that you do a great job highlighting this question of the human rights community in Iran. The people who are being recognized today have all affirmed in the most vivid way possible the core human rights and freedoms to which members of the international community have committed themselves. They have done so by their actions. They have exercised the freedoms that are supposed to be guaranteed by international law, despite illegal laws and practices aimed at repressing such actions. The classical view of freedom is that freedom means the ability to make choices, and to take responsibility for choices, for one's own destiny. Freedom is what bestows dignity on a person, but freedom does not really exist unless it is exercised. The people we are honoring today have exercised choice in a restrictive, coercive system enforced by brutality and fear. They have undertaken peaceful public acts on their own initiative, supporting human rights. They have shown themselves to be true human rights defenders because they have sacrificed for the human rights of others, and they have been harshly persecuted. Among those being honored today are journalists who, as independent professionals dedicated to exposing truth, are human rights defenders. Independent journalism is often similar to human rights documentation and subject to the same kinds of repressions and for the same reasons. There is a difference between an independent journalist and an opposition political activist. But in a repressive country like the Islamic Republic of Iran, independent journalism is considered a threat to a system sustained by falsehoods and propaganda. Iran is the second worst state in the world in terms of detaining journalists, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists. There has been an increase in internet-related prosecutions. One person has recently been sentenced to death for insulting the Prophet on Facebook. Another person being honored is in prison for exercising her freedom of religion. She made a choice, the choice to honor her obligations to a transcendent moral deity in the face of a harsh governmental ban, demonstrating that the place in all of us where we find our relationship to God, our sovereignty as individuals, is sacrosanct. At least 100 Baha'i are imprisoned in the Islamic Republic. Their crime? Being Baha'i. The current administration has done nothing to address discrimination and persecution against religious and other minorities as it promised. According to a statement by 36 human rights organizations, as evidence of the need to renew the mandate of the Special Rapporteur, and I quote, "Despite constitutional guarantees of equality, members of ethnic minorities, including Awazi Arabs, Azeri Turks, Baluch, Kurds, and Turkmen, continue to face a range of discriminatory laws and practices affecting their access to basic services such as housing, clean water and sanitation, employment, and education." Those being honored today have protested the imprisonment of citizens again because of their political beliefs, and as a result have become political prisoners themselves, risking their liberty for the liberty of others. According to the 36 human rights groups, they join a diverse group that includes journalists, lawyers, human rights defenders, artists, bloggers, aid workers, members of the political opposition, student activists, and ethnic and religious minority activists. We hope that these awards will help those being honored to continue their important work on behalf of all of the citizens of Iran. I'd like to just say a couple of words at the end about the situation, the geopolitical situation of Iran today, and this is not really my field of expertise. I consider these questions above my pay grade. But what's happening today with Iran is a gradual normalization of Iran, of the Islamic Republic, and its relationship to the international community. Some people want to consider Iran as an ally. An ally against extremism. And Iran has arguably increasing influence in the international community and in the region. But if you look at the kind of punishments that the Islamic Republic administers to people who allegedly commit crimes, you can only conclude that this is extremism. Thank you.